Good afternoon. This afternoon I want to talk to you about our brand new model XT-6. This is a brand new model from Takamaz, just recently released. Some very exciting things about this machine. It's actually considered a very high-speed loading machine, which I'm going to show you in just a moment. One of the nice things about that, they've actually increased the rigidity. You'll notice that the casting is actually a little bit lower to the ground and a little heavier, which gives it a little bit more rigidity. It's a single spindle, single turret machine. You can see 8-station turret. The nice thing about this model, the XT-6, it is available with a 12-station static turret or a live tool turret, and they also have even a tailstock option for this machine as well. 825 spindle. It's available actually also with an optional 826. It's 10 horsepower, but it has an optional 15 horsepower. So a lot of different options with the machine. You can see it's got the brand new Fanuc 0i TF Plus control, which has a lot of new integrated features to it. The Takamaz loader PLC that we've talked of many times, that it's a pendant type control. Very, very simple for teach mode, and it goes with the pendant, makes it easy for setup. So let's kind of walk around the machine a little bit. Over here you'll see this is the way we've configured this machine. It's got an in-feed conveyor and an out-feed conveyor. And these are the loading hand and the unloading hand. We'll show a little bit more in detail as we move forward into it. I do want to show you this as well. This is actually a turn device here that could be mounted. It's not mounted at the moment, but it could be mounted to actually take the parts and flip the parts up horizontal if we'd like to do that. So we'll walk around here, and I'll open up this. Kind of shows a little bit more about the load and load hands. You'll see here a selector device. Now this is really important. It actually is going to separate the parts so that the loader can come and pick it up. Basically, we want the loader hand to be able to straddle the parts in a configuration of the 12 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and the 4 o'clock position, which I'll show you the value of that in just a moment as we look at the machine a little bit further. So this is the in-feed conveyor here for the blank parts, and this is the out-feed conveyor for the finished parts. And you can see the configuration of the hand, the loader hand and the unloader hand are actually in line with the in-feed and the out-feed conveyors, which enable us to do a kind of pick up a blank and drop off a finished part at the same time. This really goes to the quickness of the overall system cycle time. So let's walk around the back very quickly. Again, you can see the in-feed conveyor. Now it's got an extended rail, so we can put a variety of different types of material handling. If we want to put a stalker or tray changer, different types of material handling. But the conveyors are very nice. Again, with the other conveyors, very easy to adjust the guides to accept different size parts. And it's open back here. So again, you know, many times if we can add a bowl feeder to this and feed the parts right through the bowl feeder and track them right on the in-feed conveyor, it enables you to kind of bulk up on your parts. You can see over here the torquoid pump, high pressure pump again, feeding the turret and also the spindle through. And of course boxway in both X and Z boxway, FANUC controls and FANUC motors on all the axis drives and the spindle motors. So you can see that there, so we'll keep moving forward. This is the chucking cylinder here, and what I want to show you is very, very exciting because this is actually a laser, and you'll see it as we get moving and I demonstrate the machine. It actually measures the stroke of the chucking cylinder and sends back a chuck clamp and unclamp confirmation signal almost instantaneous. This actually saves so much time in the loading and the unloading process, as we'll discuss as we kind of move forward. So at this, right now, what I'd like to do at this point is to kind of step through the, the loader sequence and explain this to you. And again, as we've done in the past, we'll just kind of move the loader and step it through one by one. So we'll come over here. You can basically see the loader is going to come down and it's going to pick up a blank part first. So we don't have a finished part at the moment, so we're just going to come down and pick up a blank part. So now that's separating that. I want you to notice that. Separated the part with those two selectors. So now we're going to come down. The sensor has told us we've got a part in place. The loader's going to come down, and that's the loader hand. So the loader hand is picking up the part and getting ready to load the part. Now at the moment we don't have a part to unload, so we're basically just going to come down and load directly. So you can see putting the part in, and the part pusher pushes the part in. So now we're going to show the sequence a little bit more, where we can actually, in the next part, we'll be able to actually unload a part and drop off a finished part at the same time. So you'll see that as we continue to move forward. So again, just cycling it through. Now we're going to drop down. We're going to drop down, and we're going to go down over the part, and we're going to stop right there. If we can stop right there. So you'll notice that the way that the jaws were configured, we were actually able to come over with the unloader hand and straddle the part. That meant that we actually did not have to have the loader come down and come in. We were able to actually go straight over it. This is one point that really helps to shorten the loading and the unloading sequence. So we'll continue on. So we're taking off the finished part, and now we're going to load in blank. Now stop. I don't know if we can stop right there. So I want you to notice here that the loader hand and the unloader hand are on different cylinders. It actually enabled this unloader hand to swing to the bottom. That's very important, because you may notice that as we loaded the blank part, we didn't actually have to come out and come back up. We were able to go straight up with the gantry. This is really important. Again, it takes out one step in the loading and the unloading sequence, which shortens that load-unload time. Everything's doing to shorten that load-unload time. The other nice feature about this, because the part's facing down, we don't have to worry about this part actually hitting the part that's been loaded. So it actually enables you to load a little bit longer part than you might be able to normally. So now the loader will come up. Now we're going to go back over, and we're going to show you what we talked about was the pickup and drop off at the same time. So you're going to come down, and we'll see if we can just stop it there maybe. So did you notice we actually dropped the finished part and we picked up a blank part at the same time? So all these factors go into the quickness of the load and load time. We actually classify this as one of our high-speed loading machines. So what we're going to do now is turn it into the normal speed for automation, so you'll be able to see the actual loading, unloading speed and the rapid transference. It's very, very quick. So as you can see, the rapids on the axial motors is very, very quick, and you'll be able to see that that loading and the unloading sequence is incredibly fast. So you'll see it come down, unload, load, and that's very quick, very, very fast. So again, this is the XT-6. Again, we're very excited about this machine. And again, anytime that you would like to see this machine, I can do a Zoom meeting for you. I can walk around here. I can show you any parts of the machine that you'd like to see. And we can review any of your processes, make time studies and quotations for you. And we've got about 15 machines in our showroom right now. So all of them are under power. So I can do this, we can do this for you anytime that you'd like to see a machine in detail. So thanks very much.